Survivors! The Survival of the Fittest release details have dropped, and expectations given on ARK 2 and the animated series news. So the community crunch dropped on Friday with the much expected SOTF news, announcing that the revived version of SOTF will be dropping on the PC on Friday 23rd of December for the Steam platform only, with news of the cross-play console version coming early in the new year. Now, this is so frustrating. It is really annoying to see that the console players have to yet again wait behind the PC. It's really bad that this has happened, because they did originally promote it as being a cross-platform releasing in December 2022 and 2023 for the Switch, but they've had to hold it back. Very frustrating. I'm guessing they maybe have had to have made a decision, either hold it back for everyone or hold it back for some and not others. Now, they would probably have to weigh that up, which is worse. Do they just want to get the product out and start getting that feedback, or hold off until the new year? So unfortunately, they've gone with giving it to PC first. But it will still be coming to Xbox and PlayStation and the Switch at some point in the new year, although no date has been given, but hopefully it won't be too long in the new year that you have to wait. Cedric also mentioned on Twitter that they're hoping to get a post up on their forums at some point before the launch on the 23rd of December with more information to come on SOTF. This came about when he was asked on Twitter by Tilu whether there was going to be a new trailer, and Mr. Dolphin asking about what creatures are we going to see, whether we're going to see any DLC creatures and what we're going to see regarding weapons, etc., compared to the original SOTF. And speaking of creatures, the new SOTF promo art actually shows some new creatures. So this image is a adaptation of the original version, but it does have new creatures that were not originally in Survival of the Fittest back in 2016. So as you can see, we've got the Carcharodontosaurus on the left, we've got the Uti on the right, we've also got a Thylacoleo as well, and I've got a feeling there weren't any direwolves in the original SOTF. So a sign of at least 4 new creatures coming to the Survival of the Fittest. So as all of this was spreading across social media, Dolly popped up on Twitter to give a little bit of an update on ARK 2. She said that they are aware that there is eager anticipation in the community to see ARK 2 gameplay, but it is still a little way out. Then she went on to say that the development is going great and that they did a team-wide review of the product, and she said it was mind-blowing. But they are still keeping their noses to the grindstone, so we're not going to be hearing anything just yet. A question was put to Dolly about whether we would see that gameplay before the end of this year, and Dolly responded that it would not be this year, so don't expect it before January. So with it still being a little while off, I would not expect to see anything in the early new year, if I'm honest. I think it will probably be later than that, possibly towards the end of the first quarter. They are definitely keeping things really under wraps while development continues. But I wouldn't say that this is a bad thing, not necessarily. I think it's going really well, but they just aren't ready to actually show anything yet. I don't think that's a negative thing, but the longer this goes on, the longer there's no news, no sign of gameplay, then the speculation will rise that there's going to be another delay. And I'm still personally not expecting ARK 2 to release before July 2023. That's my personal thought on the situation with the lack of gameplay. But Dolly has given us a clearer idea not to expect gameplay in the immediate future. And Dolly also made a brief mention about the animated series as well, as we are expecting to see that fairly soon. She said she's so thrilled about the project and that is the most exciting project that she's worked on and a career highlight. She said while they're still squaring a few things away, she's unsure about when it's going to be released, but she doesn't think it's that far off. And with Doug Kennedy also mentioning on LinkedIn that it will be coming out shortly, I think we're probably expecting to see some news relating to it in the early part of New Year, definitely in January. I would be surprised if news or the actual series came out any later than January. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. So survivors, in regards to ARK 2 and the animated series, I would personally say not to expect anything before probably mid-January, because I'm sure Wildcard will be taking a break. At least some of them will be taking a break for the holiday season, and that will go into January as well. So I would say probably around mid-January is when their communications will start popping up again on community crunches and Twitter as well. So I would say not to expect anything until at least mid-January. Survivors, I hope you all have a great Christmas and holiday. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with all the ARK news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.